So that's your corn, your barley malt, and your rye that's been ground up and cooked with the water coming out of this cave. If we would have taken that bus up the hill, and they sometimes drop us off up there, but that saved a bunch of steps, so that helped me out. But anyway, if you stayed on that bus and they drive you out this ridge, they won't do that. I'm just pretending that I'm trying to get you to where Jack learned how to make whiskey. So about 5 miles out, and then you go down another hill like this, and you end up at a smaller little spring, and that's the Dan Call farm. Dan Call was a Lutheran minister that Jack would go live with his family when they got about 6 years old. So he didn't really get along with his stepmom, and his mom died when he was probably 3 or 4. I'm not sure if that's the correct age, but anyway, he was a young guy. So the neighbor was Dan Call, the preacher. So Nearest Green was an enslaved man that worked there on the farm with the preacher and made whiskey with the preacher. So Jack showed interest in making whiskey, and he started making whiskey when he was about 12 years old. Well, this county hadn't been established yet, but when he acquires a still from the preacher a few years later, then Nearest ends up being Jack's head distiller. So that was in 1866. 1871, this county is Moore County. It got annexed off part of Lincoln County, part of Bedford, Franklin to create this county. And Lynchburg's the county seat. So he didn't move over to this larger cave where that group's coming from until the 1880s. So Nearest would be up in age, so he's in his 70s. He don't want to come over here. So his son George comes over here with Jack. So that's who's pictured by Jack in the Nearest Green exhibit over in the hall, which we'll show you that picture over here.